Hello everyone, I am starting a series called 500 Drawing Prompts. This is a book I purchased like years ago from Amazon when I already knew that I wanted to do art YouTube, but I just never got to do it. I know a YouTuber called Kasey Golden has done this on her channel. This is where I was watching her back in the day and I was like, that's such a cool idea. So, Kasey, if you're watching this for some reason, sue me if you need to. I totally understand. I wanted to start this series. First of all, make myself draw, okay? And second of all, draw stuff that I wouldn't usually draw. And I wrote some rules on the cover. There are no skipping pages, and no looking ahead, so no peeking, and one page at a time, whatever the page print it on, whether it's one word or 5 words, I don't care, I'm gonna do it. Also, with this series, I want to draw more like storytelling illustration that actually has like a story behind it. And this prompt was waterfall and wizards stuff. And I remembered I had drawn something like this before, where there was like a staff that came water out of it and made like an outfit on a girl. And I thought that was funny. I had to draw that on there. And then I was like looking up like what kind of design the staff would be. But nothing really sparked anything until this sketch of a coffee mug spilling over endless amounts of coffee. And then I was thinking like maybe there's this giant coffee mug on somewhere that's just spilling coffee, and there's the tiny wizard staff holding the cup like up, and you can see the staff. It's, if you squint your eyes, it's the black stick over there. I just like the idea that it was really small. So I really like this sketch, but when I got the paper out and I was like, wait, I can do this like upside, like this way, not this way, as you can see, but this way. And I was like, I need to sketch this out again. So I did that. I cut out a lot of sketching because no one needs to see that amount of sketching. But I really liked on the first sketch where you can see like the coffee mug has the handle on the side. So it's very easy to notice that it's actually a coffee mug. When in this final illustration that I did, the handle just goes like on the, like the handle just kind of disguises itself on the mug, and also the size of the handle is, now that I'm looking at it, is really wrong. It looks like really thin handle for such a giant cup. And also, I showed this piece to my boyfriend after I've done this, and I love how he always gives me like critique, and he's not just telling me that, oh, it's beautiful, it's amazing. No, he always gives me something that I can work on it. And he commented about the handle situation, that it would have been helpful if it would have been like on the side more. And I totally agree with that. Thank you, future husband. I think the part of me that was like, I'm not going to put it on the side, was when I turned the paper like this way and not on the like landscape view. I just thought they would make the illustration feel really busy if there was like handle coming outside of it. But I do really like how I blended the sky there. I used 3 different tones of like brownish in there. And I think it really made it look like a sky because it wasn't just one gradient. And I have no idea how to draw clouds. First of all, I have never had to draw clouds before. So I think my least favorite part of these illustrations are the clouds. Also, I wish, now that I'm looking at the final illustration, that I would have not gone like harsh black line art for the sky square on the back, if that makes any sense. I just feel like there's a lot of black liner going on in this illustration. So if I would go back, I would totally skip the harsh black liner on the back square, so to speak. But I do really like the detail on the coffee waterfall mountain thingy. I think it looks like coffee, or it could be like crab water, so to speak. And you can tell me all you want that I totally like skip the wizard stuff because it's tiny bit of the illustration, but I think that's the part of the illustration that makes like everything going together. Because it's like it's a tiny wizard stuff. Like is the wizard small? Who knows? I feel like I struggled with the coffee mug itself a little bit more than I should have. I layered one color twice. I used the third color. The fourth color, that's this like orangey, a little bit maybe reddish brown. I think that suits the coffee mug because it pops up a little bit. And also the bushes in the front. I think I didn't want this to be like a smooshy mess of colors because I feel like when I do background illustrations, when the line art is done, everything looks nice. But when I put color down, it just I don't know how to work with colors in a way that they would complement each other. And even though this piece is very heavily on the brownish side, I think it complemented each other well. As you can see, I was still going back on the clouds. I was not happy on them. I was trying to add like maybe a little bit more depth on them. Little bit more depth on them. And then I moved on this white gel pen to add more like I don't know. I just feel like everything was a bit flat on the illustration, so I think this white gel pen really made like interesting stuff happen. And I really like how I lined the bushes in the front with the white gel pen. It made them stood up from everything else on the back, so it looks like they're separated from the back. They're actually in the front. And then I also went back on some more black line because I just felt like they needed more depth. English is not my first language, so I'm really sorry if first of all my accent sounds crappy, and second of all if I don't know how to speak. I added some like shadowy hatching in some part of the waterfall too. And here is where we started, and I went on my sketchbook to do more sketching, and this is the final illustration. I really like it. There's things that I would change about it, but after all, I did it. I love it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.